Hey, I'm Travis, your average 21-year-old nerdy, sport-watching, music-playing, phone-addicted university student on the verge of crashing out. I have about a month and a half to get my life together before my senior year of college starts, and God knows I don't need to spend 20 hours a week watching brain rot, so come along with me as I fix my life in half a summer. I'd like to start off by saying I have absolutely zero video recording and editing skills. I'm at college studying biochemistry, not film. For reference, this was my tripod for that opening shot. Or, I guess monopod? Either way, the point of this series will not be to gain fortune and fame, but instead an independent and fun side project that helps keep me accountable and maybe entertains a handful of people too. I've watched countless creators give their tips and tricks about how to start creating content. And the number one thing I've seen is to just start, post one video, and go from there. Well, this is my one video, and I hope I can improve much beyond my current skill level of total beginner as this series progresses. I am also open to any and all advice or criticism, so if at any point during the video you'd like to share, please go drop a comment below. And while you're down there, why not hit that like button too? There are so many sources of distractions in our everyday lives, and so many things we'd rather do instead of what we should be doing. If I had a list of things I didn't want to do, studying and locking in on my coursework would be at the top of that list, with apartment chores being a very close second. It's much easier to put off assignments till the day they're due than to be proactive. It's much easier to doom scroll for an hour or 3 after a lecture instead of taking 30 minutes to solidify some key information. It's also easier to let dishes sit in the sink overnight or from breakfast till dinner instead of taking the less than 5 minutes it takes to wash them. I'm sure y'all are thinking it now. Wow, these are some minor issues. They'd be so easy to fix. You'd think your life needs fixing? And that's where my first problem lies. And not necessarily bad habits, but in the lack of good ones. I've gotten in such a habit of letting dinner dishes be washed the next day at lunch. I've gotten in such a habit of getting home from class and taking a doom scroll through any social media for longer than the amount of time I was in lecture. These lack of good habits, such as washing the dishes right after eating, or taking 10 to 30 minutes after a class to lock in, along with many others, have really added up, and I've noticed a huge change in my performance and overall moods because of their absence. The next problem I have is my lack of attention span. Short-form media has destroyed so many people's ability to focus. TikToks, Reels, Shorts, all are designed and given to us in a way that keeps us scrolling. My phone is by far my biggest distraction. I open it to check one message or to look up one piece of information, and next thing I know, I've lost 45 minutes of my day. I will admit, I am addicted to my phone. While I'm sure it could be worse, I'm spending anywhere from 6 to 9 hours staring at my screen, when majority of those hours could be spent doing something so much more fruitful. My third issue is not as pressing as my previous two problems are, but I've long had a struggle with body image and my overall fitness. While I'm not unhealthy to the extreme, my muscles are weak and I'm not very fit. I am lacking in terms of athleticism, speed, strength, stamina, and all that goes with that. In high school, I was in the marching band, so being fit enough was easy to do. When I came to college, I would go to the gym every now and then with a plan to make it a habit, but then I wouldn't follow through, or I'd miss one day and then wouldn't go back till the next semester or New Year's resolution came around. I had gotten in a routine of going my sophomore fall for somewhere around 3 months, and I felt great with the progress I had made then, and would love to get back at it. When setting any goal for yourself, you should follow the SMART goal system to increase your chance of actually completing it. SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. Goals should be specific, so instead of saying, I'd like to be more athletic, say, I'd like to go to the gym more often. Your goals should also be measurable, so you know if you've actually hit them. Instead of, I'd like to go to the gym more often, say, I'd like to go to the gym 3 times a week. Then keep a log, so at the end of each week, you can count how many times you actually went and see if you stuck to it. Goals should be attainable. If you're not old enough, close enough, or financially able to go to a gym, then going to the gym shouldn't be the goal. Exercising 3 times a week at home with bodyweight exercises or calisthenics is a way better way to go. Goals also need to be relevant, meaning they should line up with your long-term objectives. If your long-term goal is to run a marathon one day, your short-term goal shouldn't be training for a hot dog eating competition. A better short-term goal would be something like running a mile a day with a plan to increase your mileage each month. And lastly, your goals should be time-based, meaning you've got a clear deadline and a deadline that makes sense. Don't say, I want to run a marathon next month if you've never jogged a mile in your life. A better version would be, I want to run a marathon a year from today. That gives you time to train, to improve slowly, instead of setting yourself up for failure. When building habits, it's important to make them easy. If a habit isn't easy to do, 95% of the time, it's not going to stick. Make it so easy, you literally can't not do it. If your goal is to read more, but you aren't the biggest fan of reading, don't make it your goal to read an entire book every day. Make it your goal to read one single page a day. If you want to build strength, but don't want to make the effort to go to a gym every day, make it your goal to do one push-up right when you wake up in the morning. If you start building a habit slowly, by making it easy, they're much more likely to stick. Now, these are the goals I'm going to be setting for myself, not the goals your mom and I radiate effortlessly.
Ha! Got him! Ha! Got him!
Each of them are going to help me combat the problems previously mentioned. I've already started taking small steps to help with my phone addiction, like installing the 1Sec app to help ignore Instagram and block YouTube Shorts. I've also started trying to replace my unhealthy habits of doom scrolling with entertainment with substance, such as reading, watching videos, shows, and movies that leave me with something more than what any short-form video would. Most of the time after doom scrolling, I wouldn't be able to tell you about even 3 videos that I watched. My goals are the following. Read 30 to 50 pages of a book every day. I've been doing this for about a week and a half now, and I'm already a quarter of the way through A Game of Thrones and over halfway through this James Dashner book that's a sequel to a book I read during quarantine. My second goal is to do 10 push-ups, 15 sit-ups, and 10 squats every day. I want to start living a healthier lifestyle. This is a small step towards that lifestyle, so come fall, going to the gym will be the same habit in a different location. My third goal is to clean the dishes immediately after every meal. This is going to make my apartment look neater, make cooking the next meal easier, and just another way I can combat my short attention span issues. I also plan to spend an hour a day or less on social media. I feel it's pretty self-explanatory by now in the video why I don't need to be using social media as a time sink. And lastly, I plan on uploading a video once a week. I've had a blast making this video, and whether anyone is following along or not, this will be a great way for me to spend my time, grow, and document my progress. No matter how short the video or what it covers, putting something out there is one way I'm filling the spaces in my life where discipline and direction have been lacking. Thank you all so much for watching this far. I really hope you enjoyed this first video of what I hope is just a glimpse of what this channel will one day see. I've already started brainstorming a few video ideas, but would love to hear what y'all have to say. If you want to see if I stick to these goals, go ahead and subscribe. And more importantly, send this to as many people as you can. I'll see you next week. Go lock in.